The intensity is almost constant. It's literally frying the bark off of trees from tip to trunk on the sun-exposed side. It's frying foliage. It's killing insects. It's killing plankton. We've recently got peer-reviewed study from the Atlantic on plankton populations now down 90%. That's a crash of the plankton population. No plankton, no people. And we believe other regions of Earth's oceans are in a similar condition, plankton being the number one source of oxygen production on the planet as well. So the gravity of what's unfolding, again, can't be overstated. We're getting not just extraordinarily high levels of UVB on the surface now, we're getting UVC, which is a DNA damaging spectrum of UV radiation. And we believe we're seeing some trace amounts of X-ray, which again is indicative of being very near to a functional ozone layer collapse. That happens, can't grow food, plankton are done. I think the ramifications are clear.
I want to quickly point back to a statement you made just a few minutes ago, because I think this can't be overstated, and it's not coming from just someone. You have literally dedicated decades to this research. Your life is in this, and you're saying we do not have natural weather anymore. How far back does this go? How far back are we actually looking here with not just manipulation, but actual creation, actual engineering?
That's an important question to understand, because certain people refer to whether they saw some phenomenon decades ago. That doesn't mean that phenomenon they endured weather-wise was natural. And we know these programs were first fully deployed immediately after World War II over the polar regions most intensely, but they've worked lower to lower latitudes and expanded the programs throughout. So even though you might see a sky that looks natural on a given day with cumulus clouds and a blue background, what's happening upstream affects that weather. So can you say a specific weather system or occurrence would have happened on that day, at that time, in that way, without climate engineering? And the answer is no, because again, the entire system has been totally derailed. So it's imperative to understand the gravity of what's unfolding, the amount of nations involved. They're all either actively or passively colluding and cooperating with climate engineering, with a few exceptions. Iran is one of those exceptions. They have spoken on the floor of the UN about the weather modification going on that's cutting off their precipitation. And for those that ask why, again, that's a very multi-layered question as well we could dive into when you're ready. But the fact that there is no natural weather at this point, that's a statistical certainty.